Hi, everyone. Welcome to Three Things at Three.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness. Do you love the Christmas music in the background?
You know what? The weather is changing, so I do. I do. Yesterday, I would not have loved it. But today, I'm like, yep, I love it.
Too fun. Hi, Janine, and hello, Janet. Thank you so much for being with us today. Welcome to Three Things at Three, where theme number 1 is something to smile about, theme number 2 is something to learn, and theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Three Things at Three. I am so excited today because we have been celebrating cookies all week long. I mean, who doesn't love that, right? And the sugar cookies are even more delightful when you have beautiful decorating. And thanks to Grace Gaylord of the Graceful Baker, she's been, sharing with us some of her favorite reels, and that's where we've been taking our inspiration from all week long. And I'm super excited because I have my friend Allison in the house today with me. And we have kind of a fun project with a new sugar cookie in mind, don't we?
But I'm super disappointed.
Why is that?
Well, on Hot Chocolate Week, I got to come every single day and test it. On Cookie Week, it is Wednesday already.
This is your first chance?
This is my first chance.
Well, Allison, if you remember, during Hot Cocoa Week, you kind of invited yourself.
Oh.
Am I right?
I forgot that part.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So
well,
you know what?
Okay.
If you want to be on during Cookie Week, you
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, too fun. This is the season that, oftentimes we talk about Christmas miracles per se, and I know there's been a miracle in your family just this week, and I just thought it would be nice if you shared it with everyone.
As you all know, I have not cried on Three Things at Three for several weeks, and just you talking about that. I do want to talk about miracles and the power of prayer. I have a nephew who he's a hemophiliac, which makes him not eligible to be on a transplant list most of the time. And he had one kidney transplant, lived for 5 years, and then it failed. And they just told him, you are 100% not matchable, so go home and live your best life.
Wow.
About 6 weeks ago, he got a notice that they had found a live donor. A live donor.
Amazing.
Someone in the United States that was willing to give up a kidney.
Wow.
And he's at Cedars-Sinai. Yesterday, he went through his transplant. A huge, huge ordeal. They sent the kidney by plane. Got there at noon yesterday. He was in surgery for hours. He did so well, he didn't even have to go to ICU. And today, he's sitting up and eating.
Unbelievable.
So, our family is so grateful.
And doesn't he have
many
6 small children?
Six
Yes,
children.
6 small children.
A beautiful wife. We absolutely love him. He is just a stellar pillar in this in the community and in the world, and we're so grateful for the second chance. And it was fingers crossed yesterday.
Yeah.
In fact, all week it's been a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know how much to share, so I'll just share it all because but on Monday, my niece, Michelle, texted and said, yeah, his labs came back abnormal, and I don't know if this is going to go. And we just all said a silent prayer, and then they came back and said, we're going to go forward with it. He's 100% match, which usually that doesn't happen in families. So small miracle.
That is a miracle.
He's doing great. And if everybody will just say a little silent prayer, the surgeon says he's not out of the woods till he gets home, but not
That's
to be
incredible.
in ICU and to be up and sitting and eating today.
Okay, remind us of his name.
Trevor.
Trevor, okay.
Yep, Trevor.
I just thought, you know what,
Yep.
That's one of those things that definitely brings a smile to you.
Yes.
Right? And we hope it brings a smile to all of you at home too, because, you know, those are just kind of the more personal side of things for us here.
Yeah.
And it all means a lot. For sure.
Right.
So I'm so happy to hear that
You always hear the
news.
stories, and then all
Yes.
of a sudden, when it happens in your own immediate family,
Yes.
you know,
Exactly.
it's a little close. So yes, we're so excited.
Okay.
Something to smile about for sure.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that, because I just couldn't help myself but just
Yeah.
ask and say,
I
you know
can't-
what, let's hear about
I've
it.
cried for 2 days
So,
now.
yeah.
I can't get the smile off my face. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. Trevor, you got this. You got
Yes,
this.
he does.
All right, friends. Well, so this week we're talking about sugar cookies from Grace Gaylord of the Graceful Baker. And every day this week, we are taking one of her cookies, using it for inspiration to make a project on the sewing machine, because this is what we do. We love combining all the different hobbies and different worlds that we all live in, of saying, you know, baking and sewing and
And can I
holidays and all the things,
Can
right?
I say I think I won the lottery this week?
Did you? Why?
Because I think I got the best cookie.
Oh,
You
this
just
was a
wait.
fun one. This
You
was a
just
fun one
wait.
to do, for sure. So let's take a look at what our inspiration was, shall we? Okay, is that not the cutest cookie?
Oh my heck. How do you eat those? Seriously.
I know, right?
How do you eat those?
Oh my goodness, so much fun. So Grace Gaylord of the Graceful Baker, she has offered all of us a great discount. If you want to take one of her online classes, she does these from New York City. The coupon code is Quilt25, and you can take any class or multiple classes
Right.
that you want and take 25% off. It is a one coupon per customer, but you can actually take multiple
Right,
classes.
like so
on-
add all the classes you want in one checkout.
Exactly, and the coupon is even stackable, which is pretty cool. So that is what our cookie inspiration was, and Allison and I are going to show you kind of what
Our take.
you know, our take on
Yeah.
that at the sewing machine or the embroidery machine. You could do either or.
Yes.
Okay. And then, of course, we'll share a fun little recipe with you at the end, and another make and take project as well. That's something that you can do with your kids at home. But before we do, we need to give a shout out. We have some special visitors in with us today.
it's been so
oh, you're like, oh my gosh. She's like, what are you doing? These ladies have come here from Ogden and from Nevada, and they are visiting with us all week long, sewing in, having their own little retreat in our sewing space downstairs. So
Yeah,
it's
if,
fun
if
to have
people
them.
don't know, we have a classroom.
We do.
And we set up machines in the classroom, and when we're not busy teaching classes,
Yeah.
we let people come in, and
Absolutely.
so we love to have girlfriends here, and
Yes.
it just kind of spices our life up, and so it's been so fun to have them all
Exactly.
week long. So.
It has. So welcome, our friends. Welcome, welcome. All righty, everyone. We're going to head over to the sewing machine, and as we do so, let's go ahead and take a quick look at something you may have missed this last week on 3 Themes at 3. Last week on 3 Themes at 3, we were falling in love with all things fall. We saw fantastic autumn photos from all over the country, and we were head over heels for all those great projects to dress up your home.
They really are great. We show you how to make 2 different pillows, a chenille pumpkin, and an amazing quilt. I'm biased, I know, but I really love that autumn toss pillow.
Oh, it was so cute. 3 Themes at 3 is a unique lifestyle show that you aren't going to want to miss. We learn how to make amazing themes. We celebrate life and everyone in our community because you belong here.
So be sure to watch 3 at 3 live every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, or watch it on demand on Facebook or YouTube by clicking the links below.
Come learn and have some fun with us on 3 Themes at 3, where we always have something to make you smile,
Maybe.
Something to learn.
and something to discover.
Let's go.
All right, welcome back everyone to 3 at 3. I'm Kris and Allison, and we're
You're just
here
Kris,
to
I'm
do.
Allison.
We're girlfriends, I know.
I know.
I am Kris, and I'm Allison at the same time. There you go.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
No, actually, you're Tiffany.
Oh, you know what? Somebody asked me today if my name was Tiffany. I'm like, no, I'm just advertising, hoping that some special someone at my house will get a hint.
A huge hint.
Yes.
There you go. All right, friends. Well, as you know, we are talking about the Snowglobe cookie, but that was our inspiration piece, and instead we put together a Snowglobe I Spy bag. How about that?
Look
All
how
right.
fun.
Yes.
Look how fun these are. So this is our I Spy bag, and it was our inspiration was the cookie. And we're like, how do we do a quilt block?
Yeah.
And why do we need to do a quilt block when
Why
we have
not
these
do
fun,
something different?
Yeah, we have these fun I Spy bags that we are going to teach you how
Okay,
to
so
do.
tell us what an I Spy bag is, Allison.
Okay, so an I Spy bag, and you can do these a lot of different ways.
Yes.
But basically what an I Spy is when there is a conglomeration. How's that for a good
Oh,
word?
that's a big one.
Conglomeration or a lot of different things that you can identify within a certain project.
For the kids.
For the kids.
Yeah.
And so I've seen I Spies in bottles. I've seen I Spy quilts where it's actually printed
Yeah,
in the
the
quilt,
fabric.
the fabric. But this I Spy bag, we actually took and we put buttons and different kinds of add-ins so that you can say, okay, find me the reindeer, find me the candy cane, find me the puzzle, or whatever.
Sometimes we think automatically that this is a project for the kids, but I actually have a friend who makes these for people at the nursing home. Makes I Spy
gosh.
bags, and it just gives them a chance to work on things too.
Probably helps their cognitive brain skills
Yeah.
when they have to. And not only that is, Abby and I were kind of laughing a little bit because she says, I remember making I Spy bottles. I hope I can share this, Abby. Shut me up if I can't. But she remembers making I Spy bottles at her grandparents' house, even as they were growing up, and they would put different things. And she said it would entertain us for hours.
Oh, wow.
Shaking. They would do it
Yes.
with rice and different kinds
fun.
of charms and different things. And so I think we all have a little bit of a love for an I Spy. Now,
Yes.
mine has been sitting on my desk, and then yours has been sitting on, and I have to tell you, I'm constantly going, what can I see? Oh, look, there's a little reindeer. Look at that little Santa, just shaking those.
Yes.
But these are so fun to put together.
Yeah.
Crystal's our tester, and we sent the pattern over to her to test, and she says, I'm making them for my grandkids.
Cute.
So I said, oh yeah, you're making them for you. But these come together so fast, and we have a sewing version and an embroidery
Yes, we
version
do.
for both sets of sewers.
Yes.
So yeah, Liz says that she makes them and uses them for relaxing and meditation.
Wow, that's a great idea, Liz. So how do we get started?
Okay, well we're gonna do the sewing first, and then we're gonna just give a few tips. But a couple of things that I want to talk about first is that we are going to use Kimberbell vinyl. Now, anytime you use vinyl, I put on our sewing machine. We're sewing with the Altair 2. I put on a Teflon foot.
Yes, I love the Teflon.
If you do not have a Teflon foot, I suggest that you invest. And by invest, they're not really that pricey.
No.
I mean, they're really nice.
Yeah.
But it just allows it to glide over material that kind of will tend to stick or pull just a little bit.
So even like a laminated cotton, I would use it on, or pull fabric, or there's all kinds of things that when you have trouble gliding over, you're right, it prevents the stick. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I put these under new releases, also on Seen at 3 at 3. So if you don't have a Teflon foot, but I already installed it on the machine. The second trick that I'm going to say is decrease your stitch size.
Okay.
So I decreased it down to 2.0. You could go even a little bit smaller on that. But we put the template and the pattern on under new releases, and I mean, it's really just 2 pieces. You've got your globe template and your base template. So with your globe template, we are going to take, and you can do this several ways. You could trace these individually on here, but what you'll want to do is you'll want to take 2 pieces of felt. Now, I know you asked me the question, like, why 2 pieces of felt? It just gives it a little bit of stability.
Does. Yeah. Once I made it one on the embroidery machine, I'm like, oh yeah, you definitely want 2 pieces of felt.
And then the second thing is I just have a piece of the Kimberbell vinyl is what we're using. You could use any vinyl, but I really love this Kimberbell. Now, here's one of my tricks. I am going to actually trace it on the plastic covering, and then I'm going to cut it all out together so that everything matches. You could trace them separately and line them up, but if you want to just trace it all on this actual coating, then you can take it off and you don't get fingerprints when you're cutting that out. So.
Do we have a permanent marker down there?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Okay, there we go. Which is great because where you're doing it on the outer side, you're not going to see the lines for sure.
So I'm just going to trace that on there.
Yeah. So Betty Jo wants to know if the tighter stitch cuts the vinyl.
It does not cut the vinyl.
No?
Not on the one I did. And as you can see, I did a 2.0 right here.
It looks
and
great.
It was fine.
It looks great.
I can't really see.
Let's
grab a Sharpie.
Let's bring a Sharpie over here, and that might show up even better too. So another idea that you could do, Allison, is if you didn't want to cut it out all at the same time, is I would maybe just draw it and then I would sew it and then cut it.
And that's
afterwards.
how I did mine too. And I was gonna talk about that, and that's how we're actually going to do it. I think, because then you can get a really nice 1/4 inch or smaller line when you cut that out.
Okay, so there we go.
There.
Now we won't be able to sew it because this plastic is over top.
Chris, I sewed mine with plastic and then I pulled
Did
it
you?
off. Yeah.
Okay, well let's do that then.
So because I didn't want fingerprints on mine. Okay, now we're going to sew, and we are going to sew right on the line. And we're going to leave a 3-inch opening. So be sure to backstitch.
Oh, you know what? Let me. Oh,
you can sew it anywhere.
Yeah, I'll sew it anywhere. Okay, I'm going to backstitch.
Yeah, be sure to backstitch because we are going to pull that plastic off, and we don't want to pull those stitches out. Now, if I was going to do this, I would use black thread on mine so that it just blended in. But I want you to be able to see. So.
Okay. Okay, and I'm leaving a small opening.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Now we're going to cut this out. And we're going to cut about 1/4 inch just away from the edge.
Perfect. Okay, love that. That's a great idea to just sew over top of the plastic.
Yeah.
That worked out great.
I said, that vinyl, you have to be a little bit careful of fingerprints. And you know, not that it matters once you hand it off. If your kids are playing with it, there's fingerprints, or if you're playing with it, or just all the things.
Sure.
But, you know, just kind of makes you feel good when it's all nice and neat and clean.
There you go.
Now we're just going to take and just score this just a little bit and pull that plastic right off.
Okay. There we go. Oh, yeah, easy. I like it.
Doesn't that come off?
Yeah, that's
so
great.
Nice and easy.
It really does. So this is the sewing machine version that we're showing right now.
Yep.
Sorry, I may not have left too big of an opening.
It's okay.
I was getting carried away.
I know, you were so excited. All right, I can pull it out.
All right.
Okay, so I'm not going to take the time to pull it out because of time, but what I would do is I would just turn this and gosh, boss.
There we go.
That'll come really right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so once you have that done, we're going to fill it. So we have our trusty little, so all I used were poly pellets for our snow.
Yes.
So poly pellets for the snow, and then we have all kinds of fun little
I love these little buttons and doodads for sure.
And we've just picked them up. There's some here. There's some teeny tiny ones.
Yeah, Doris said pinking shears would be cute.
Yes.
You could definitely do pinking shears on there for sure.
So I'm just going to slide
Now
all
the
this
thing
in
is,
here.
you could also create like a little funnel if you wanted
Yes.
to, right? So you didn't have those going all over the place.
Yep. I'm going to try to be careful.
Hey, you're doing great. Okay, that looks good.
Okay, now the other thought that I had is you want to put some bigger buttons in.
Yeah.
All right, I know we've had a sale on
yes.
these.
And
Good idea.
So our Kimberbell Cozy Winter buttons. We have
and
these.
we also have
And we
Whimsy.
also have Whimsy.
Yep.
Now we are sold out of the Whisk, Mary,
Okay.
here, but we do have Cozy, the
Okay.
Cozy Winter collection.
That's
so I thought
cute.
those would
Add
be
a little
just so
penguin,
fun.
a little
Yep.
snowman. Love that. Judy, you're so cute. I wish I could sew a circle quickly and accurately.
Judy.
Oh man. Abby tells us that someone needs to give me a ticket for as fast as I was going.
Okay, Kris, I'm going to hand this back to you. What I want you to do is sew that
Okay.
closed. You don't have to do this.
It
but
doesn't have to be
sure-
perfect
yeah.
because it's actually going to be covered by the base.
Yep, and while you do that, I'm going to take 2 pieces of our Kimberbell leather, and our base template is on here, and I am actually just going to cut the base out. So, Judy, the reason Kris can sew so quickly is because she's got that Teflon foot on.
There you go. Nothing holding me
right.
back, right?
Okay, so now
Okay.
once we have our base on here, we are going to just put wrong sides together. And I like to just line it up kind of where you had the opening.
Where you
Be
had
sure,
the opening. Yeah.
Be sure you're not going to hit any of those poly pellets.
Yeah, I think that's really an important tip to share, and especially you're going to find this to be the case the same if you're doing the machine embroidery version, which is this one right here. Be careful when you do this because you got to know that this has got to be really pushed down. All of that needs to be pushed away so that when you take it back to the machine, you have nothing that you hit. So that's really important. So also be careful how much you put into it too. So
Because you
just
want to be
something
able to
keep in
shake it
mind.
and get some movement and some different things around
Exactly.
here. Okay, so I just used some clips.
Oh, that was
Kris,
a good
on
idea.
that, rather than pin it.
Yeah.
And I just clipped right up here.
Okay.
Just here, pushed everything up here, and I'm just going to have you just go right around the
Okay.
edge on that.
I'm happy to do that.
Now,
Let's
did
take
you
a look.
notice that I put Kris on the machine today? That was self-preservation.
Self-preservation. You're funny.
Yeah, Deborah said she bought several packs last year on Plaid Friday.
Yeah.
We've sold
Well,
those,
now
and I
you've-
think we've all picked those up, and so now you know how to use them.
Yep. Oh, I don't have the pivot feature on. There we go. Let me turn that baby on.
And
there
William
we go.
said you can hot glue that sucker in place. Absolutely, just don't melt your vinyl.
Yeah, I was going to say the only problem with that would be the vinyl.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of my clip. I like the idea of using the clips there. That's great. Okay, and make sure that that is included in there. And I'm done. All righty. There we
Isn't
go.
that so fun?
It was so
Dun,
simple.
dun, dun, dun. So simple, so easy.
You know what I thought would also be fun is, especially for those of you with an embroidery machine, you could put it in the child's name right
Oh, how
here
fun
too.
would that be?
So you could make individual ones and put in their name. That would be kind of cool.
All right, do you have any embroidery? Because we included 2 separate
Yes.
patterns. Now, a lot of times we include the patterns together, but be very careful if you
Yes.
are ordering these because we have a machine embroidery version.
Yes.
We have a sewing version. They are 2 separate patterns.
Yes.
But they are both
Free
in the club.
Yep.
So yay club! Yep.
That's right. Yeah, so as far as machine embroidery, again, just please, please, please make sure that, you just kind of push everything down. Make sure all of that's out of the way so that your embroidery foot doesn't get caught on there. The other thing I would say when I was doing this is I would place some Kimberbell paper tape down here at the bottom so that as I'm getting ready to close this up, add this on, it just keeps everything nice and flat. But really, it was so simple. I used tearaway stabilizer in my hoop. It's about a 3-minute stitch out is all it is. So you can get this done so quickly and make a whole bunch of them. They're really fun.
They are really fun. And you know, if you wanted to do these for your adult friends, there are, I mean, this is a little whimsical, but you could use maybe all silver charms and think of all the color combinations that you could come up with.
There are some silver charms in here too. It's like, let's play. Oh, look, there's the nutcracker.
Little nutcracker in there. What else do we have in there?
So
I mean,
fun.
you know, just so many different things.
I love it.
Cardinal. Oh, look at this cute little I Spy penguin.
Yep,
just
the
right
penguins
in here.
in there. So I really enjoyed digitizing it. You did a great job of coming up with the patterns. So I think it's something that, you know, definitely could be used all season long. And use the same idea with other things. I mean, there's snow globes with, you know, that's not just Christmas.
Not holiday.
Exactly. So it doesn't have to be just that.
Said put some Tiffany jewelry inside that.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jeff, are you listening?
Yes.
All right. So gotta love a good I Spy bag, and that's our demo for today.
Right.
So
Does
are there
have
any questions? Yeah, Judy said there's all kinds of charms you can get, not just holiday. Exactly. You can get all kinds of fun things. So, you know, make it more of a snowflake and snowman kind of globe.
For winter or spring or
St. Patrick's Day. Make a St. Patrick's Day snow globe.
Really make it smaller. Use it as an ornament. Marion had that idea, and that
that's
would be
a good
so
idea.
fun.
I like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Joanne said, can you embroider on one side of the base, then sew the base front and back to the globe? Absolutely, you could do that. Yeah, so that you wouldn't have the back of it have the name on it. That's a great idea. So I love that. Shelley said she could picture gumballs or candy in there.
Yum.
Yes, I love that idea.
And what a great way to keep it like all secure.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, especially if you were going to send it through the mail or something. How fun would it be?
And Janet even has a great idea about doing it as a Halloween snow globe.
Oh, fun.
So I like that one as well.
It was so fun to shop for charms and buttons and different things. I mean, you know, the possibilities are just absolutely
Go through
endless.
your junk drawer at home and find all kinds of things in there.
And another fun idea is if you wanted to put all kinds of fun things in there, you could actually put a list on the back of what is in there. And so that when you hand this off to your child or your adult or whoever, and you can say, okay, find all the things in there.
I love that.
And they can just play.
I love that. All right, friends. Well, there you have it. That's what we've got for theme number 2. Ready to head into theme number 3. You don't want to miss it because Allison's been playing with a little bit of glitter. Can you tell? Are we a little sparkly? If not yet, we will be very soon. And we're going to try out some cookies that I baked up in the kitchen this week. So,
I can't wait.
All right, as we go into theme number 3, let's go ahead and take a look back at the rope coasters that were done on 3 Themes at 3 just a few weeks ago.
The big hype that's going on right now is rope projects.
Take the project of dyeing rope. Add the dye, you add a little bit of salt, teaspoon of dish soap. The hardest part is, I'll tell you, deciding what color you want.
Oh, I bet.
Expose that inner core a little bit right there, and then you can grab a hold of that, and then you pull this outer core away. Cut, I'd say about an inch or so off of there. Push it right back over that core. And then you have this piece of your rope here, at least a finger's width. And you're just gonna fold that over like that. Then you're gonna take this and start rolling.
Like I didn't roll it really tight because it needs something to grab onto. By the time you're done, it looks like a circle.
Okay.
We know where Jackie's going to be the rest of the
I
afternoon.
said, I'm not going to go home. I'm going to stay and make some rope coasters.
There you go.
So it's really fun.
All right, we're back, and we couldn't quite go another second without saying, you know what? What other snowball things can we do?
I know.
Right?
Well, why not?
Make
Just
your
make
own.
a snow globe. Yeah, so that is our Discover. So we, I don't know if
That
you can
is so
see this
cute.
glitter.
And
but
glitter is everywhere
glitter
around the
is
studio.
I know, everybody has glitter on them. So there's a few twinkle toes around here. Sorry, Eric and Steve. But I just wanted to show you how fun these are. And if,
I love it.
if you don't make an I Spy, then you might as well make a, just
Did
a
you make
small
this one?
Well, I kind of, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
so I'm
right,
just gonna,
okay.
I'm gonna walk
Walk me
through really
through.
fast.
All right.
Okay, so I couldn't help it when I was there, but look at all these fun,
so cute.
look at all these fun little, just
Oh,
Christmas.
they're everywhere. You
Yeah.
can find them all
Yes,
over the place.
just any place you want to pick these up. Now, I tried to put some trees in one, and the little bottle brush trees turned the water green.
Oh,
and it was really
really?
gross.
Interesting,
Then I
okay.
tried to use blue glitter, turn the water blue. So
Okay.
learn from my mistakes.
Okay, unless
Silver
you want
glitter,
blue water.
unless you want blue water.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I did is you can buy these snow globes at any craft store.
Okay.
And they come,
That's
and that is
cool.
my suggestion. But you can also use a mason jar.
Yes, you could.
And just use the mason jar and just use the lid of the mason jar. But what I did is I used some E6000 epoxy and I just glued one of these little charms
Okay.
right onto.
Yeah, E6000 is a great way to go.
Yes.
I like that you're using your tempered glass
Yes,
from
I was
Cutter
going to
Pillar
point
too.
that out.
Yeah.
Is that, I wanted to protect all of this.
Yes.
So watch how easy this is, Chris. The first
Okay.
thing we're going to do is we're going to fill this to the fill line with distilled water. Now,
Distilled water. It's-
Abby and I are like, can't you just use tap water? So I cannot tell a lie. See my
Okay.
snowman? He's
Yeah.
tap water.
Okay. And it worked out
And
fine?
it worked out fine.
Okay.
We're like, I know distilled water is purified water. And did you know they make the distilled water is actually condensation steam from regular.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
The
Abby
things
and I
you
looked it up.
learn.
Okay, so I'm going to have you help me just a little bit
Okay.
because this is round.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to add some glycerin. Now, glycerin actually makes the water thick so that
sure. You have to let your
Yeah.
glitter be able to float.
So you add about a teaspoon of glycerin.
Okay.
And then we'll just stir that up really
All
good.
right.
If you don't stir it, also learn from my mistake, all your glitter chunks up.
Oh,
So
good
then
to know.
it becomes just like
Okay.
a glittery mess.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So
Okay.
just a teaspoon is all, huh?
Yep, just a teaspoon of
Okay,
glycerin.
very
And then
doable.
that'll make it. And then we're just going to put a little bit of glitter. Now, this was my thought process.
Okay.
If a little is good, a lot is better.
Not necessarily
No,
on this
not
one is what
necessarily.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just want a little bit of
Okay,
that
that's
because
good to
otherwise
remember.
it covers all of your figurines. Okay.
Susan wants to know where you got your glycerin.
Glycerin, I got it at actually Hobby Lobby,
Okay.
but you can find it at the grocery store. You can find it. Okay, we're just going to push this. I'm going to take this back.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yep, just push that down. That seals it.
Okay.
And then we're going to put
That's pretty
this-
handy
Isn't that
to-
pretty handy?
yeah.
Just going to put our lid on. Make sure it's good and tight. If you had small children, I would glue that on there. We're going to let that set up just a little bit, and then we shake it good.
That is so
and
cute.
we have a snow globe.
That's so cute.
Yep. So isn't that so fun?
I want to make snow globes with all my kids.
They would
Like,
have
my
so much fun.
adult children,
Like
I
seriously,
wanna
can
make
you
snow
imagine
globes.
just have all the things and they
Yes.
can make their little world here and then
love
Yeah, so
that.
that'll set up. I let mine sit overnight and then I shook it really good.
Okay.
And then there's
Wow.
your snow globe.
Look at that. I think you're right about the glitter though.
Yeah.
You can't
Less is
have
more.
less is more.
Yep.
I love that. Oh
And
my
Judy
goodness,
wants to know
that
where I
is
got
so
the
cute.
globe set. I got mine at Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
But like I said, I happened upon them.
Yeah.
My first two, I actually used mason jars.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
it was just fine. But then I
Absolutely.
happened on these, and I'm like, oh, you
Oh,
know what?
that-
I'm going to pick those
That
up
makes
from our
it
display.
pretty
Yeah.
convenient.
Yep.
Super simple.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is way easier than I would have ever imagined.
Yes.
So,
yes. So
I
fun.
love that. Okay, what do you
So
all
fun.
think? Are you liking this project? This is so cute.
Yep.
I want to shake it again.
Okay.
Just because
Just because
It's
that's what you do with snow globes.
That's what you do with snow globes. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I love it. And then I just think the kids would have a blast with that. You know what I also wonder, Allison? Do you think, and I'm just thinking off the top of my head,
Okay.
but do you think you could do something like where you could put a photograph in there?
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
Mod Podge it.
Okay,
So if
I'm
you
trying to
took
think
your
of how you could
photograph
make that
and
work.
Mod Podged it so that it was waterproof,
Okay.
wouldn't that
Or
be fun?
maybe if you put it in a little plexiglass. I'm trying to think of how it could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with that.
Yes.
So
and just remember, a little bit
Yeah.
of glitter goes a long way.
yeah.
Yeah, that glycerin's got to set up
The
just a little
glycerin
bit.
needs to set up a little
Yeah.
bit more, so that's why this one was doing so well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, way fun. I really love that. And
I'm sure Michael's carries them. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they're
Any
kind of
craft
out.
store.
Yeah, any
Yeah.
craft store, I'm sure. Amazon.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, that's where I picked it up. The reason I liked these is I liked the shape.
Yeah.
And I liked that little seal.
Yes.
So when I was doing it in a mason jar, I just took and ran my epoxy on the inside
Okay.
of my ring and glued it right
That's
there
cool.
and let it sit. So
Okay, I love that. Terry said, great idea for Grandma Holiday Camp. Terry, what a fun
Yes.
idea to do that for your grandkids.
just
I
don't
love
get
that.
frustrated. Remember, the glycerin has to set up.
Okay,
Remember that you have to glue and let your epoxy dry
yes.
really good, and
Yes.
then you have to fill it
Okay, that's
and then let it
important.
set up. And so those of you with really small kids at Grandma
Yeah.
Camp, don't get frustrated. You've done it right.
Okay.
And like
Good
I
to
said,
remember.
you've got there's a little bit of timing in
Okay,
between
well,
here.
Allison, if we don't have glitter all over the place, you know what else we might have all over the place?
Powdered sugar.
Yeah. Powdered sugar.
It is a messy day.
Wow. Okay, so these are
Eric's like cringing at his studio right
these
now.
are the Snowball cookies.
Oh, I can't
And
wait.
have you had these before? They're so yummy. A lot of people call them wedding cookies or Mexican wedding cookies, Russian wedding
Danish,
cookies.
I've heard.
It's basically a little shortbread, really.
Yes.
And so you can see on the screen that was our inspiration, but there was no way I was decorating a snow globe cookie. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go the other way, and how about some snowballs instead?
I cannot
So
wait.
okay, let's try this, and guaranteed we're going to have powdered sugar all over. No.
So good.
They go all over the place.
Eric's got us covered. You're covered it up. To the left, to the left, to the left, left, left. There's a paper towel.
There we go. They will go all over. Italian wedding cookies. Yeah. They aren't they yummy? They have pecans on them. So I've got the recipe for you. These are my very favorite Snowball cookies. If you look up Snowball cookies, they're all very, very similar. But this is the recipe that I have found that I like the most, and I'll tell you one of the reasons why, because I'm kind of a butter snob, I'll just say it. When I do baking, if I want butter to be the star of the show, I always use European butter. So you don't have to, you can certainly do it without, but European butter, there's just something about it that is so, so tasty. So when I do baked goods, and if butter, again, is
Comes
going
from
to...
European cows.
Is that
don't
the
know.
case? I don't know. What makes European butter European? I have no idea. But that's the butter I used in these cookies, and it's one I highly recommend. Again, you don't have to use European
that's
butter,
so
but
good.
it's one of my favorite things to do.
Absolutely love
And then
those.
I would also say, as a suggestion, is in order to not have all your pecans, or you could use walnuts too, to have them clump in there, if you want them evenly spread, you mix your nuts with the flour first, and then you add it into your cookie mixture, and then that helps even it out. So there's a couple tips for you there. But
Marilyn says, I've just insulted American cows. I posted on Facebook last night, those of you that follow me, I have been walking, and I have walked so much this summer that there are 2 cows. I've named them Buttercup and Bess. Every time they see me, they run to the fence. So I will have
you
to
have to ask
apologize.
them, do you make European butter? You can get European butter at the grocery store. And a lot of times you'll hear it as Irish butter as well. So
good.
anyway, it just has a higher fat content. So, you know, if you're going to go all in with the butter, just go all in. That's my theory. So why not?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, friends, you can find that recipe at our website, mygirlfriendscoolshop.com. Check it out. You can download it for free, add it to your notebooks. And if you end up making these cookies, give us a shout out. Let us know you made them and tried them out. And same with the snow globes.
Oh,
this was
either
really
project.
great project. So yeah,
I was nervous about 3 at 3 today, Kris. Did I tell you that? Because I'm like, oh, I don't know. I've got water, I got glitter, I got glycerin, I got vinyl, I got all the things, powdered sugar. I was really nervous we could pull this off. So.
I think we did okay, my friend.
Yes.
I think so. All right, friends. Yeah, Janet, Caragold is the name of the brand that I usually get. And again, you can find it in a regular grocery store. Sometimes we don't realize when we look at all the butters that there's actually other alternatives.
I think that we really get brand blind,
Yeah.
if that's even a word, that we just go for what we're
used to, right?
Yeah.
And I will say, I don't use it on everything. Just when the butter needs to be the star.
I think I might want to use it on a baked potato.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Butter is the star on these for sure.
Oh,
so enjoy
good.
them. All right, friends. Well, that's all for us today. Thank you so much for
Oh my gosh, that was such a
being
fun
with
day.
us. And it was great to have you here with me, Allison. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. And hey, don't forget, comment solds tonight. And we do have some samples to give away. We haven't done that for a while.
No, we have
so
not. You
just
never
by
know how you're
joining-
gonna. Just by joining and liking and sharing.
Yep.
Comments sold, and you know, just a hint.
Yeah.
If you start liking and sharing now, get your friends on comments sold.
Yeah.
You can put liked and shared right from the beginning.
Exactly. Exactly. So join us tonight at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time right here, same place on Facebook or on the app. And we'd love to have you join us there. So some really great things.
We need to mention one other thing.
What's that?
Christmas Club.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I told Bryn that I would mention, and those of you that have joined Christmas Club, you're getting your kits, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Love that shipping department.
Yes.
But you'll notice the
No patterns yet.
No patterns yet. They will be emailed and sent to you. So.
We had to hold out for a little while. We don't want
We
you
don't
to
want
get
you all-
going too fast.
I know. You guys will make all the projects, post them, and then
Yeah. So
Then-
we've kind of held back a little bit.
Yep.
So Christmas Club, it's not too late to sign up. The first class is November 5th.
yes.
November 5th is the first class. Of course, they're recorded, so you can watch them at any time. And just know that the patterns and the embroidery designs, they will be emailed to you before club starts.
Yes.
All right, friends, have a great rest of your day. Keep doing all the things that you love. And we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.